For today, I can compute percent. So let's read together. 1, 2, 3. I can compute percent. So notice that we already started computing percent since last week. We're continuing. We did some of that last night. But now we're going to be looking at it through the lens of increase and decrease. So, here we go. Computing percents. So first thing that I want you to write on the Q side. Everybody guys, look up please to the screen. On the Q column of your notes, I want you to write percent of change. Percent of change. Write that down. Aaron, focus. Percent of change. And then the definition for that, I want you to write whatever I underline. Here it goes. I want you to write amount of change to the original amount. So what does that mean? So let's say Andrew had at the beginning of the year an A+, that was 100%. And then his score dropped to 85%. So therefore, that's what we call a percent of change. Does everybody understand? So did it increase or did it decrease? It decreased by how much? From 100 to 85, it decreased 15%. That's what we call the percent of change. Everybody understand that? So, guys, focus. So let's use that as an example. So Andrew had 100% at the beginning of the year, but then from there now he's at 85%. So the percent of change is what it increased or decreased. So how can we find that out? We take the biggest percent or the biggest number, subtract the smallest number, and that gives us 15. 15% is the percent of change. Do you ever understand that? Okay. Questions, comments, autographs? No? We good? All right. So basically, this is what we're going to be doing today. Finding the percent of change, whether increase or decrease. Okay? Yeah, so we're going to do that with numbers. So you should have copied this on the Q column, right? Okay, so you copied percent of change, amount of change to the original amount. So by looking at these, which was the original amount? 100. Okay? All right, so with that said, copy this next one down, please. Example 1A. Copy the words, please. It says, find the percent of increase or decrease from 16 to 12. Copy that, please. So, find the percent increase or decrease from 16 to 12. Stop writing, please. Pencils and writing utensils down. Here we go. First thing I do is to find out if this is going to be an increase or decrease. So I'm going to circle my original amount. The original amount is the first number that comes up. So then I'm going to think, what happens from here to here? I'll stop right there. So it says, first things first. I circle the original amount, which is the first number that comes up. And then I look at what happens from that to that. Did it increase or did it decrease? So once we see that, I'm going to write here, it's going to decrease. So like that, I can include that in my statement at the end. Are we there so far? But notice that these are not percents. These are numbers. This is not like what we did at the beginning with the first example. So how do we find the percent? Let me show you. I'm going to take first the original, or the first number that came up, and I'm going to subtract the second number. So what is that? 4. Are we there so far? Okay. Once we find this, now I take the original amount. What was the original again? 16. Watch. Oh, sorry. 16. That goes on the denominator, and I write this in the numerator. Are we there so far? Now, last week we did a lot of exercises changing fractions to decimals and decimals to what? No, to percents. Because what are they asking us for? The percent. So therefore, here's a fraction. What do I do to find the decimal first? Divide. So therefore this becomes 4 divided by 16. Are we there so far? So let's see. Does 4 fit in there? No. Does 16 fit in there? Yes, twice. That's 32. Subtract, that's 8. Does 16 fit in there? 5 times, 80. 0. Okay, so therefore now we have a decimal. How can we change this into a percent? Yes? Multiply it times 100. Remember that. So this is 0.25 times 100. 0, 0, 5, 2. How many decimal places? 2. So therefore, my percent decrease is 25%. Copy that, please. Okay, copy this next one down, please. See if you can do this next one by yourself. Example 1B. 1B. Copy this one. Example 1B. Write it out, please. Find the percent increase or decrease from 45 to 54. And we're going to do this one together. Here we go. Write it down, please. Example 1B. Find the percent increase or decrease from 45 to 54. So let's see. First things first. You're going to circle the first number that comes up from left to right, which is what? 45. That's going to be our original. Draw an arrow going this way so that you can actually see what's happening from 45 to 54. Is it decreasing or increasing? So you're going to write over here increase. So like that, when we write our percent here, we know that it's going to be an increase. Everybody with me so far? Next, we're going to subtract. Remember that? So I'm going to take, on the other one, guys, focus please. On the other one, check this out. I put the 16 on top, and even though it was the first number, but I put it on top because it's the biggest number of the two. So this is what I'm going to do to this one. Which one would go on top? The 54. I'm going to put the 54 on top because it's the greatest one. Then I'm going to write minus 45. So what is 54 minus 45? That is 9. Are we there so far? Okay. Questions, comments? We good? All right. So therefore, from there, what did we do over here? Let's see. Once we got this, we put this one on top, and what went on the bottom? The original. Okay. So let's see. Let me go to this one. Where does this one go? On top. And what goes on the bottom? The original, which is what? 45. Now I heard Anai said, Mr. Q, can I reduce here before I do the division so I don't have to do a lot of work? Sure. Can we reduce this one? Divide by what? 9, top and bottom, so this is 1 over 5. At that point, find me the decimal, and then from there, find me the percent. Go. Here goes the process. So, at this point, I said we do the division. This becomes 1 divided by 5. Does it fit in there? No. Add a 0. Fits in there twice. That's 10, and we're done. So then, how do we change that to a percent? We multiply times 100. Remember that? 0, 0, 2. How many decimal places? 1. So this is 20%. And it's a 20% what? Increase. Everybody got it? Let's do another one. Example 1C. Copy this one down, please. There it is. Example 1C. Find the percent increase or decrease from 50 to 65. Do this one by yourself. Go. You got about a minute. Yes. Here we go. here goes the process again. For those of you that missed it, this is the original, and we're going this way. Therefore, it's an increase. So you write increase right away. So from there, we subtract. I'm going to write 65 minus 50. That is 15. That goes on top. And what is the original number? 50. Can we reduce this? Yes, this becomes 3/10. At that point, we do the division to find our decimal. 3 divided by 10, it doesn't fit in there. Fits in there 3 times. And we're done. To change it into percent, we multiply 0.3 times 100. 1, 2, 3, 1 decimal place. So this is 30% increase. Let's move on. Example 1D. Copy this, please. Example 1D says, find the percent increase or decrease from 20 to 17. Copy that, please. Here it goes. So yeah, it was a decrease. So we got 3 over 20. 3 over 20 became 15%, or 0.15 or 15%. All right, copy this one down, please. Example 2. Here we go. It says, example 2. When Jim was exercising, his heart rate went from 72 beats per minute to 98 beats per minute. What was the percent increase to the nearest tenth of a percent? Copy that, please. Here we go. It says, when Jim was exercising, his heart rate went from 72 beats per minute to 98 beats per minute. So first of all, let's do this one together. What is the first number that comes up? 72. So you circle that one. That's going to be our original. So going from here to there, is it increasing or decreasing? So you're going to write increase. Okay? So let's subtract these. Which is the biggest number? 98. Subtract 72. And let's see. That is 6. This is 2. And that goes where? On top? 26. What was the original number? 72. Let's reduce this first. This is 13 over 36. Now let's divide so we can get our decimal. We got 13 divided by 36, because it says here, round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So let's see, does it fit in here? No. Add a decimal. 0. If it's in there, what is it? 3? 3. That's 18. I got 1. That's 9. That's 10. And that is 22. Add another 0. Let's see. 36 into 220. What do you think? Okay, let's try 6. 6 times 6, that's 36. We got 3. 18, 19, 20, 21. That's a 4. Add one more 0. If it's in there one time, and it looks like it's going to repeat again, right? So this will be 1, 1 repeating, okay? They want us to first round it to the nearest tenth. Which is the tenth? The 3 or the 6? Everybody? Okay, let me stop right there. Guys, we've been rounding, haven't we? Yeah. To the nearest tenth or the hundredth. Which is the tenth? The 3 or the 6? The 3. So we need to round to this one. So let's see. Does this number make it stay the same or go up? So this becomes 0.4. So now let's find the percent. How do we do that, Isaac? Multiply times 100. That is 004, 1 decimal place. So what is my percent? 40. So this is 40% increase. So Jim's heart rate increased by 40%. Everybody got it? Any questions with these word problems? No? Okay. Therefore, Get your books out, please. And go to page 144, and I want you to practice exercises 1 through 21 odd only. And for home play, you're going to work tonight on that same page, but numbers 2 to 22 even, only. Okay? Okay, so let's get started, please. I'm going to go ahead and finish the video. It's going to be uploaded tonight. Have a good one. See you guys tamales.